All right, over these last few years, I'm going to tell you right now that the amount of growth that has been happening in Denver has been insane. And if you're planning on moving here, you might want to, kind of put a budget together, figure out what can I afford, where can I live. So we're going to kind of dive in.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about, can you live in Denver? And if so, can you live on $60,000 income?
All right, let's go. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Living in Denver with your Colorado real estate family. Pete, Chelsea, Sweeney.
Yeah, and if you haven't done so already, guys, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Putting out 2 videos a week now, and we want you to be notified every single time we put out a new video. Also, we're going to put our phone number down below. We have been getting your calls and texts, and we truly appreciate it. So if you have a question for us, feel free to give us a call or text anytime.
As always, if this is your first time watching us, we always like to approach our videos as natives, as a family, and as your licensed real estate agent helping you purchase your homes in Colorado. So let's go and check out Denver from the Sky's view. Be right back. All right, here we go. This one is definitely not like what we typically do at all.
No, it's a new one.
Yeah, usually we do
Bringing
like
you
pros and
stuff.
cons, cost of living and stuff, but we're going to really break in. And if you're coming here with a budget of $60,000, or I guess a salary of $60,000, can you afford Denver? I mean, that's the biggest question, right? Is can I afford to live there? And there's so many kind of things to break into. We're going to give you our point blank honest opinion at the end of this video. So hang out, we'll kind of break it down first and go right into it from there.
Okay, so one of the things that we think that we have to talk about first is, okay, $60,000, right? What does that look like monthly? So for just using kind of like rough numbers, because again, we're not going to really break into what your taxes are going to look like, but we kind of just, threw a little bit out there.
Yeah, we just throw a number out there.
That's kind of an
It's like, just do it.
average-ish.
It's like, what number are we working with, right?
Yeah, so we threw out an average-ish tax number out there. So what we kind of got it down from $60,000. We're looking about $4,000 a month to live off of.
Is that's your budget? You're looking at, I'm going to move into Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
I got 4,000 guys. What are you going to do for me?
Yeah. So what does that look like? So,
Yep.
All right, say you're a renter. Let's talk about that first, right? So one of your biggest expenses in anywhere you go, right, is typically where you live. And so we're going to talk first about, okay, say you're renting in Denver. What does that look like? Well, I looked up the most recent numbers for you guys so I can make sure they are the most accurate when it comes to, the average as far as renting goes. And this is, you'll kind of see pretty soon here, probably why people are buying, okay? So studio living, okay? Studio, 1 room, everything's in it, okay? Besides bathroom, right?
Well,
bathroom's pretty much.
Yeah, bathroom's always separate.
Studio,
You don't want a
okay?
big open bathroom. Who wants an open bathroom?
Hey, I mean, with all the tiny homes. Okay, anyways, studio, you're looking at $1,672 $1,672 a month. For a studio.
That's almost half your budget right there, guys.
Yeah, so I don't know, we're not going to be talking too much about how much family you have and what you don't have, but $1,672 for a studio, okay? When you start getting into the 1 bedrooms, you're going to be looking at $1,852 on average. If you hear our beautiful children upstairs,
They're being
it's
rowdy
because we are recording downstairs and they are dancing, it sounds like. Okay, and then 2 bedroom, we're looking at $2,462 a month on rent alone. And then if you look into a 3-bedroom, so our family personally, if we lived in Denver, we would at least need a 3-bedroom, and that's bunking the kids up, okay? 3-bedroom, it'd be $2,889 a month. Okay, so with that, if you're spending $2,889 a month on rent, you have what? $1,200, less than $1,200 for all the rest of your necessities.
Your groceries, your
Insurance,
nails,
your nails was number 2.
Hey,
that's luxury. Okay, so let's talk a little bit on the other side, right? Because that's just rental. Anybody will tell you that rent's pretty high in Denver, and so it's leading a lot of people to purchase in most cases. So what does it look like on the real estate side?
So real estate side, I mean, guys, it's still pretty penny. So your median price point in Denver right now is $551. That was based on, I believe it was August of 2021, median sales price in the Denver metro area. I'm gonna tell you right now that you could still get something a little bit cheaper, right? So you can still get like a detached house, say right around, I'd say 3, maybe mid 3s, and then it'll keep your mortgage a little bit lower, because guess what? That $551 price point is going to bring you a mortgage like right around $3,200, maybe even $3,500, depending on how much you put down, what your interest rate is. And so something to really kind of keep in mind. You're attached, so your condos and such, you could probably get something for, like, say, between like $200,000 and $300,000. That'll bring your mortgage down quite a bit, but that's something to really think about in regards to, hey, I have a $4,000 a month budget. What can I really buy? That's why we really like to kind of cover these outlying areas, Westminster, Arvada, Thornton, all these, because you can get a bigger house or more of a house for a little bit less money.
Yeah.
And so maybe you say you don't need to be in downtown Denver. Find these outlying areas and really kind of go from there.
Yeah, so if you haven't checked out some of our other areas, there's a reason we cover these surrounding suburbs, is because Denver's pretty pricey. Now, if you know that going in and that's what you desire, then great, but on the $60,000 budget that we're talking about today, we're going to kind of give you the hard truth of the fact that that is going to put you on a pretty strict budget when you're living in Denver, just because of your housing alone.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's talk about numbers, because I think it's important. If there's one of you versus 4 of you, that's obviously going to make a big difference if you have $1,200 left, and so I think we have a little sneakeroo in here. Can you poke up? Look. There he is. Okay. Alrighty. Well, okay. Sorry about that. Honestly, we're a family. We are very authentic in the fact that we're a family.
It's not the first video that he's made his way in.
And I think it's gone a lot better. But before... Yeah, no, not so much. So yeah, I think he's like a little secret star. He wants to be part of all the action.
He wants to have the glam and the fame.
Honestly, was that what we have? Glam and fame? Oh Lord.
No, he thinks like YouTube.
He does. He thinks it's really cool. So
yeah.
You get to see his cute little face. And I'm not going to apologize too much, because we want them to see what we do every single day. And we do this because of our family. So anyways, okay. So obviously, just really quick recapping, if you have 1 versus 4 of you, that's going to be a big difference with $1,200 left after your housing. And it's really comes down to housing, of why we truly believe that.
Well, that's going to be your largest expense, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have, you're driving like a freaking Ferrari or some crap, and you got some $2,000 auto payment. I don't know. Hey, I had a buddy who had that. What are you talking about?
I know.
Those damn Audi R8s. I was like, dude, how much is he pay a month on this thing? It's crazy. But I mean, let's just assume that you're like most Americans, and you have like a car payment and all that. You're probably gonna want to stick probably around $1,500 to $1,800 a month for either your rent or your mortgage to live, in the Denver proper area. And that's easily doable if we go a little bit on the outskirts in Arvada, maybe Westminster. But let's say that you do decide to buy that condo, something that we really need to look at, what's that HOA going on top of that? Because you could be ranging all the way from like $100 to like, say, maybe 500 or even more, depending on what kind of amenities those condos have. So that's another price to kind of keep in mind, because if you buy a detached house, for the most part, unless you're buying in, a little suburbia area, you don't have that HOA. Right. So really kind of keep that under consideration, because really need to put these, we're on a budget here, man. It's like $4,000. We gotta stay in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be really hard in Denver to be living there on $60,000. I mean, our honest opinion is that would be pretty tight.
It would be tight. Yeah, it's doable though. I mean, it's still doable.
It's doable, but you could get so much more just being right outside Denver.
Yeah, it's true.
And so that, I think, for just talking about the title itself, like, can you move to Denver on 60,000? Yeah, you can. But what kind of life do you want to live?
Well, and so here's another thing too. So like, let's say that you do want to be near downtown. Say you want to be like, right outside maybe Cheeseman or something like that. Maybe you don't need a car. Maybe you just have a bike.
That's true.
And so there are some ways that you kind of cut back to kind of still be able to live in the like downtown area and still be able to kind of have the lifestyle you want, right? Because I mean, not everyone needs a car, and it's becoming a new cool thing to not have a car and ride your bike everywhere, right?
Yeah, but looking at the outskirts, you can definitely live on $60,000.
Oh yeah, of course you can. Yeah,
I think
most
so.
definitely. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty high budget in some of the surrounding suburbs.
Yeah.
So it just might be something you consider. We love Denver. We just want you to have a really kind of real expectation of what that would look like if you chose Denver for you. If you're living on $60,000, $60,000 can be very different in one area versus the rest. It's gonna be a little tight in Denver. You're gonna have to get creative, just like Peter said. Maybe not having a car and taking the scooter. I don't know. Actually, those are kind of expensive too. I think I just paid $25.
I just had my sugar mama pay for it. I'm just like, let me ride and you can pay.
I know. I was like, beep, beep. Anyways, it can get a little pricey, and so just know that before coming in, that if you are working with that budget, maybe it's just maybe you're just starting at 60,000 and you know that it's going to increase because you're just carrying over from your job before or something. Well, then you have opportunities there. There's, again, looking a little further on the outskirts of Denver, there's opportunities there, but really looking at the surrounding suburbs. So if you haven't checked out our other videos, we cover the surrounding suburbs for a reason.
Yeah, and I mean, we always go into the cost of living in these areas too. I don't know if you hear our kids. They're about to bust in and make a scene again.
Okay, we should probably wrap her up. Okay.
All right, cool, guys. Well, I mean, like I said, we love making these videos for you. We love hearing from you. I mean, we're constantly getting those emails, those phone calls. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Until next time.
Bye.
A new video gets released. Also, we're going to put our phone number down below. Try not to hit the light. We're going to put our phone number down below. And,
Colorado Real Estate Family, Pete. Chelsea Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Colorado Real Estate Family, Pete. Chelsea, I almost pointed you and called you Pete.
Pete and Chelsea. And the notification bell. We're putting out 2 videos a week now, and we want you to be notified every single time that we put out a new video.
All right. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Living in Denver. What are you doing?
Not your thing?
Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Living in Denver.
No, start over. Take 100. How's it go?
As always, say that maybe this is your first time watching our video.